Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I am going to give you 3 different ideas of school snack for your children and how to make them. All ingredients will be listed in the description box with their measurements. For the first one, we're going to be making bread rolls. In a mixer, add your bread flour, make spaces inside the flour, and add brown sugar, salt, and instant yeast. If you don't have a mixer, you can also do this in a bowl, but it will just take a little bit longer. Combine everything thoroughly and then make a larger hole in the middle. Inside this hole, add egg, warm milk, and then set your mixer to low and gradually increase from low to medium and then to medium high. Don't forget to use the kneading hook. After mixing the dough for 5 minutes, stop the mixer, add softened butter and continue mixing. So if you find yourself ever being confused about what to provide for your child to go to school with, just to have as a snack, well, you have these 3 options that I'm going to be showing you here, so please stick through to the end of this video. After 10 to 15 minutes of kneading, gluten has been formed. Now you can bring out the dough and transfer to your work surface. If you are not using a mixer for this, it will take you like somewhere between 15 to 20 minutes. So sprinkle some flour over your work surface and transfer the dough there, and just fold it as you see me doing so that you can achieve a fairly smooth outlook. You are not kneading it again, it's already been kneaded. You don't need to knead anymore unless you are working with your hands. Oil a mixing bowl with some oil and transfer the dough into the mixing bowl. Now cover this with a cling film and place a towel over the cling film and set that aside in a warm place to proof. You will allow it to proof for at least 1 hour or until the dough doubles in size. After 1 hour 30 minutes, our dough is doubled in size. We can now bring it out, transfer it back to the work surface again, and cut it into your desired shapes. Now we're making bread rolls, so you're going to want to make them round in shape. Because I have a large family, I did not just make for my daughter's school snack alone, I also made a little bit for breakfast the next day. So that's why I have this large dough. Feel free to halve the recipe or increase the recipe depending on the number of people you want to add. Okay, if you're only going to make for your child's or your children's school snack, you might want to reduce. Chances are that you're probably going to have the recipe because I don't know if you have 7 people in your house like me. But if you do, of course, if you have 10 people, 12 people, well then please follow the description box, the measurements in the description box, and go ahead and increase the recipe to fit your family situation. So go ahead and cut the dough into small sizes, fairly equal sizes. Altogether I have like 14, I think 13 to 14 different rolls. So when you have finished cutting them into your desired amount or desired quantity, you're going to start to roll each and every one of them as you see me doing, so that you can achieve a smooth round shape. When you are done rolling each one of them and you've finished making them into smooth round shapes, grease your pan with some butter and then gently transfer all those bread rolls into the pan. Cover the bread rolls with a cling film and a towel and let it proof for an additional 15 to 20 minutes. So while I wait for that one to proof a little bit more, I'm going to also make these ones for my family to have breakfast with the next morning. I don't know about you, but at my daughter's school, they do have their classes for, because of the pandemic. And so we parents are asked to provide a snack for them. They just have like 15 minutes of recess time, so it's not enough to eat an actual lunch. So it's just a snack for them to not be hungry before school dismisses, and they are against bringing anything chocolate, any unhealthy food. So for me personally, I thought, why not just make these at home and make them enough so that we can use it for like 2 weeks. Okay, so I make them and I store them in the refrigerator, and we use them for 1 to 2 weeks. After 15 to 20 minutes, our dough has slightly risen a little bit more. Take it out from where you kept it and lightly brush it with an egg wash. Now we're going to transfer that into the oven to bake at 180 degrees for 30 minutes. And right here, guys, can you see that bread? What do you think? I think it looks cute. It's lovely. It's very fluffy and soft inside, okay? And it's just lovely. So what you're gonna do when you finish making these is to just slightly break them apart and package them in small packaging bags for use, or you can just transfer everything into a large ziploc and just take out one each time you want to put for your child or your children to go to school with. Alright, so the next thing that we're going to be baking are muffins. So again, I'm using my mixer. You guys, I have a large family. This mixer really saves time for me and doesn't allow me to work too hard. You know what I mean? So, but if you don't have a mixer, of course, go ahead and use your hand. What we're doing for our muffins right now, we are going to be creaming our brown sugar with some butter, softened butter. The butter should be at room temperature, soft, really, really soft. Occasionally, I try to use a spatula. You don't have to do this, but for me, I like incorporating everything into what I'm doing and not letting some just go to waste. So I use this to just bring down, scoop down the flyaway sections. So after creaming the butter for 7 minutes, the color has become lighter and more soft. So now we're going to add our eggs. Please do take note of the hook that we're using. We're using the mixing hook, not the kneading hook. To the egg and sugar mixture, gradually add some milk and let it continue to mix. So while that is mixing, we are going to go over to our dry ingredients. So to your sifted flour, make sure you sift it. Add some baking spice or nutmeg, salt, and baking soda, and mix everything together. Now gradually add the dry ingredients to the wet ingredients and mix at medium speed in batches. So you add the flour in batches. Don't add everything together at once. Maybe like 2 times or 3 times if you like. After everything is thoroughly combined, add some dried raisins. Gently mix everything with your spatula, and it's time to pour them into your muffin cups. Make sure that the cups, the muffin tins or the muffin cups or the baking tins that you're going to be using, you've already greased them. To make distributing the mixture easy for me, I'm going to transfer it first into a piping bag and cut a small hole at the tip. So here are my muffin cups. They used to be 12 in number. Somebody mistakenly disposed of one, and so they are 11. And then I also have these other small cake tins, flower shaped, and these rectangular shaped ones. I made a lot, so I have only 12 muffin cups, and so I'm also using those ones. So but feel free to use whatever small container you have that can be baked in an oven. So we're going to bake that for 35 minutes at 180 degrees Celsius, or until a wooden skewer inserted inside the cake comes out clean. And here we are, guys. The muffins are ready. Yeah, they were so yummy. I ate one. As you can see, there's one empty cup. I ate one as soon as I brought them out from the oven. Let's move on to the next thing we have, the next snack that we're going to be making, and that's the wonderful donuts. So pour some milk into your bowl. Add melted butter. Add your egg and then some vanilla extract, please. Then add half of the amount of sugar you're going to be using for the whole recipe and mix everything together. After mixing this together, add your instant yeast and set that aside. Now to the sifted flour, bread flour, we're using bread flour. Add the remaining sugar, nutmeg, ground nutmeg, salt, and mix everything together thoroughly. Make a hole in the middle and add your wet mixture, the egg and sugar and yeast and milk mixture. Add it and then start to mix everything together gradually. So for this one, I did not feel like using my stand mixer. Now for this recipe, guys, I made them 3 days consecutively. So bread on the first day, muffins on the second day, and donuts on the third day. Try to make your life easier a little bit, okay? As a mom or as a father or whoever you are, right? There's no need to sandwich everything together in one day. You can spread it apart like that, okay? So you can do Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and then these children can use these things starting from Monday. So after mixing it to the point where you achieve this really sticky dough, transfer it to the work surface and start kneading. Okay, you guys, my dough is really sticky. Now if you have you have to have some amount of stickiness in the dough because it's donuts that we're making. It doesn't have to be stiff, all right? So but mine was really too sticky. So if you have a really extra sticky dough, try to add flour gradually, just a little bit at a time. If you add too much, the dough will stiffen, okay, and you will not like the texture of the donut at the end. So you'll be adding the flour very gently. Altogether I added like a quarter cup of extra flour to my dough. All right, so you're going to keep mixing that until you achieve the resistance, indicating that gluten has been formed, okay, in the dough. So when you're trying to push it down, it's kind of bouncing back against your palm. You can feel the bounce. That is when you know that gluten has been formed and your dough is ready. Oil a bowl and transfer the dough in there, and we are going to cover that with a cling film and a towel and set aside for 1 hour. So over here, the dough is doubled in size. Push it down to let all the air out and then transfer it back to your work surface. It's time to just bring it together and cut our donuts. Roll the dough out to your desired amount of thickness and then use your donut cutter to make shapes. Heat some oil in a pan. It's a deep fry, so you need to have a lot of oil in the pan. When they've heated up, I think medium heat is okay. Low to medium, don't make it too hot. Add the donuts into the oil and fry. So you're going to be watching the donuts and be flipping them. You need to be flipping them continuously. They can really get burnt easily, so you need to watch over them like a hawk. After frying for roughly 3 minutes, the donuts are ready. Do the same for all the other batches. And you guys, here we are. Can you look at that? I wish you were here to taste these donuts. They were so yummy. So there you have it. I've shown you 3 different snack ideas and how to make them: donuts, muffins, and bread rolls. Please do go to the description box to check out the measurements of all the ingredients that we use. And of course, don't forget to check out all the other recipes that I have on this channel. And thank you very much for staying up to this point and for watching my video. I will see you in my next video. Bye.